Fashion and style might be super dynamic in its conventional sense with its ever-changing trends and new fashion items launching every single day. But bottom line is, if you love expressing yourself and who you are through what you wear, through fashion and style, there's always going to be something you want. There's always going to be something that you're missing. It's basically a never-ending cycle. And it's totally okay to evolve your style as you go through life and wanting to change up things as you enter different phases of your life. I do also think that committing to slow fashion is about practicing letting go of always having your focus on that next thing that you need or that next thing you want to add to your wardrobe, and shifting your mindset more onto focusing on what you already have and learning to feel more content with what you already have available to you in your wardrobe. Really, I think slow fashion can be looked on as a muscle that you need to sort of work on, especially if you want to benefit from this way of enjoying fashion long term. And I know it's definitely easier said than done, especially when considering the fact that we live in a world that is just filled with temptation. Somehow though, it does become a little bit easier to get into slow fashion and really learn to practice it when you keep the amounts of textile waste that is connected to our fashion consumption in the back of your mind. Something I've always found super helpful to help me in terms of lowering my consumption of fashion and generally buying and adding new things to my wardrobe all the time is to remove myself from whichever situation is leaving me feeling kind of tempted or uncertain of myself and my style, and then instead getting straight in front of my wardrobe to sort of reassure myself and to remind myself of all of the amazing things I already have available to me in my wardrobe. So I'll get up, I'll get in front of my wardrobe, and I will either recreate outfits that I found on social media or maybe even from specific web shops, and that sort of helps me ground myself and again reassure myself, and it definitely helps me find more peace with my existing wardrobe. So in today's video, I wanted to share 5 fashion items that I've had on my wish list for about a year, but that I won't be buying. At least not to start off with, because I've just realized that I have similar items in my wardrobe already that are perfectly fine. Hopefully this video will then help you guys or inspire you guys to practice that same mindset shift that is so important if you truly want to learn to feel more content with your wardrobe and your style. So the first item I've had on my wish list last year that I've ended up deleting again is a pair of pointed slingback kitten heels. The reason that I've decided to remove these is because, one, I rarely wear high heels on a daily basis unless it's a pair of boots. Like a heeled boot is definitely something I can get on board with, but I do find pumps or heels generally for an everyday purpose a little bit too dressy. Sometimes I definitely stumble upon some really nice outfits on, for example, Pinterest with a pair of jeans, t-shirt, blazer, and then a pair of slingback kitten heels. That's probably one of the outfits that kind of sparked that interest in that specific type of shoe. But being honest with myself and really like thinking about the lifestyle wheel that I've sometimes featured here on my channel, I think it's definitely not worth taking the plunge. I won't be wearing these types of shoes enough on a daily basis to make this purchase worth it. I think it would be something I would probably wear more for special occasions, and I don't really go to that many special occasions. And if I do find myself wanting to wear a pump or a heeled shoe of some kind, even for an everyday look, I do have a pair of low heel basic pumps already that I've had, I think, since 2016 that are really comfortable, super versatile, and they work just as well. So I definitely won't be buying into the pointed slingback kitten heels, although I do like the look of them. The second item that I've ditched off my wish list from last year is a dusty olive bomber jacket. So I've been wanting to sort of curate a practical mom wear weekend kind of capsule for a little while. Still haven't gotten around to actually doing that yet. When I do, I'll definitely make sure to share it here on my channel with you guys. I know a lot of you are interested in seeing what that might look like. Basically, what I want to do there is to take some items from my wardrobe that are starting to look a little bit worn out already, and then downgrading them and use them to the days when I'm just around the house or when I'm going to the playground out with my daughter or something where I could potentially get stained or dirty or will be crawling around on the floor at home. And for that capsule, I actually wanted to add like a dusty olive bomber jacket, something that would be a crossover between a cool but practical kind of jacket. So I decided to ditch that because I have a leopard bomber that I bought in a secondhand store a couple of years back that I think works just as well. It's a cool piece that keeps me warm. It's not super warm, so during winter I will definitely be wearing my like a thicker winter puffer, but you know, during spring, also cooler summer days, even during autumn, this is a great jacket, and I don't really need another jacket in that kind of style. The leopard jacket is just perfect as it is. The third thing that I ditched off my wish list is a boiler suit, or like a denim one piece. So this is something I have been in love with for quite some time. I think it's such a cool piece. It's something you just throw on with a pair of sneakers or a pair of boots, and even wear it with a blazer or a biker jacket. I just think it's such a nice casual but cool piece, and I can totally see myself wearing something like this. Super comfortable but cool at the same time. But I've actually decided that I'm going to sew one myself. When I'll have time to actually do this, I'm not completely sure, but I'm definitely aiming for the spring season. I think it's gonna be nice to have like a little project and something I can do during the evenings when our little girl is put to sleep. Sometimes we definitely fall into the habit of just like landing on the couch in front of the TV, and I would like to like get into sewing and being creative again. I think it's a nice way to think about something completely else and just to rest. As a self-employed woman, I sometimes have the tendency to, even when I want to relax on the couch, my mind is still going on and I feel guilty sometimes about not like being productive. So I think projects like these where you use your hands and your creativity is a nice way to rest, but also a nice way to dive into the world of slow fashion and to make some homemade, me-made things. I think that's always a nice option. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna source the material or the fabric for the one piece yet. Maybe I can be lucky to find something in a thrift store, who knows? Otherwise, I'm definitely gonna have a look at some of the local fabric stores we have downtown. But I think that's gonna be a nice project. The fourth item that I've deleted from my wish list is a pair of flared denim shorts. So last summer, I definitely discovered that something like a denim skirt, you know, I've always loved a good denim skirt. I love wearing denim all through the year. I think, you know, I just can't live without denim in my wardrobe. But I've definitely discovered that wearing like shorter skirts like a denim skirt is not very practical, especially when you have a toddler. Again, you find yourself at playgrounds, you find yourself crawling around on the floor, and it's just not a very practical piece, at least not for me. So I've been wanting to add a pair of flared denim shorts to my summer wardrobe ever since last year actually, but since I was on a no-buy last year, I didn't buy them. So I've actually, like I said, removed those shorts from my wish list because I know I have a pair of jeans in my storage that I can just modify and then kind of recreate my own DIY pair of flared shorts. So I will definitely be doing that instead of buying a pair of new denim shorts. The fifth and final item that I've ditched from my wish list is generally blouses in some fresh colors. Again, there are a couple of reasons why I decided to remove these kinds of items from my wish list. One being that I tend to wear casual shirts more than the feminine kinds. Like the feminine style direction is only a very, very small part of my wardrobe, and usually I tend to gravitate toward that kind of style when I have a special occasion to go to, for example. So I had been thinking about adding a few like nicer blouses to wear for work, for example. It's really easy to throw on and you can just pair it with a pair of jeans and it just looks slightly more dressy than just a jumper or a t-shirt. So I like the idea of them, but I might not buy into them. And I do actually think I might have a few like blouses in storage hidden away from previous seasons, from previous years, that I might be able to actually give a little refresh with some at-home fabric dye instead. So that's something I'm considering. Might have a look at the Dylan website. They have some really nice colors, some nice soft colors, like maybe a rosy kind of color. I think that would be nice, but haven't fully made up my mind. I kind of need to go through storage when I do my spring capsule wardrobe switch switch over soon and then just see what I have. I actually think I have a couple of old like white cotton shirts that might even be a little bit stained from like sunscreen and deodorant and like really stubborn stains that I haven't been able to remove. So maybe I could refresh those with some fabric dye, who knows. So that is it for today's video, guys. 5 fashion items that I won't be buying this year. Fashion items that I've decided to ditch from my wish list because I either have something already that works just as well, or something that, when I'm being really honest with myself, just decided that it's not necessary. I won't really have the chance to wear it. And I really hope this video inspired you guys to try and practice that same shift in mindset that I think is so important in terms of building a long-term wardrobe that you feel content with and that you absolutely love wearing. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well before leaving. I would love to have you around. Thank you as always for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye guys.